Hi there, this is KB, and this is the moon phase report for the full moon on April 25th, 2013. Okay, first off, I want to do a recap of most recent energies collectively hitting everybody. And one thing too, I want to tell you, because I can't do something like this for each one that happens, but I do at least on my Facebook page kind of give you the heads up of what's going on, because all I can say, like a way to explain it is like, imagine like how the earth's going around and there's just like these waves of energy that have a specific purpose, and then when we move through it, it's like everyone you know is going through the same thing. You know, things like needing so much sleep. Like we're in one of those right now, when we weren't a little while ago, but right now we're needing a lot more sleep. And it's kind of cool to like hear about these things, because then you know what's going on and you don't put a whole bunch of negative energy into thinking something is wrong and then like creating more of it. You know, like automatically if you just kind of know, oh, we're needing more sleep right now, you just go, oh, okay, that's cool, and you let it go, and it's almost like the next night you don't, although with this one you do. But so basically, after we talked last time, we were talking about this new wave of this exciting energy coming in that's going to really inspire us with all these things that we want to start doing, all these things what we want to change. And then there was also the energy of what was it? I can't even remember now. So it was all about that. Oh, and being really stoked about it, you know. But so what happened for most people, the first wave of energy thing that came through, you were probably having really strange sexual dreams. And they weren't like sexual as in like hot. They were kind of weird and kind of dark and kind of totally freaky, but not in a good freaky way, in a really weird freaky way where you were probably like, how could I even have a dream like this? But at the same time, you were not disgusted by it. So there was the element of, you know, being kind of like down with this grotesque thing. So that was going on for everybody for several days. I don't think it was longer than a week, and now it seems to have stopped, but that was something that was happening. I got so many responses of people asking me what that was all about, because it was happening to everybody. So that was one thing that did happen in the past 2 weeks. And then we moved into, then it was you know, for a lot of people, like what was happening was you were kind of feeling some really uncomfortable situations, and they were pretty much surrounded by the direction that you want to be moving into. So like, wait, that didn't make any sense. So like, say for instance, it was with your career, like knowing you want to expand and change all these things with your career, yet feeling so bottled up and you can't make any moves and nothing's working out. And it's almost like there was this catalyst that happened for a lot of people where the situation in their life that was most uncomfortable and most just irksome is maybe a good word for it, where was the exact thing that you want to actually start demanding more, asking more, taking to the next level. It's almost like it had to be uncomfortable to push you to say, you know, I want to start doing this, I want to change this, I want to do that. So there was something about that situation in your life in the past week and a half, that was kind of no fun and depressing, and feeling like you're coming up against a brick wall and things don't work out, and I don't know if this is really what I'm supposed to do, and you know, these kind of feelings. But ultimately that was working as a catalyst to bring you to that next level where you get so inspired of, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do this. Some people got to sail right into that inspired space, while others did have to have the catalyst come in and like, you need to change this. This needs to be changed, you know, so that you could really clearly see, this isn't working. This isn't working. You know, I'm so pissed off because this isn't working. But it wasn't really a bad thing. It was to open your mind to these other ways of working it, changing it, kind of thing. And so then after that we moved into, then after that came the inspired space. And that's where you were probably even waking up early. This was before we needed the more sleep time. And this was just like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like you're sitting there just writing everything. Everything was these inspired things. Like I've even had, I was having things where I was having to wake up at 4 a.m. because I could not sleep because I was so inspired, you know? Like I've been like, even like in the studio, like I can't even really work because I've had to even put work kind of on hold because I'm so creative in these other things that I will be adding to my work. But like, yeah, just like I can't, like, you know, past couple of days, like I haven't even come out to do anything that I really need to be doing, which is not a good move. But I can't help it because I'm so like, oh my god, I have to paint that, I have to do that, oh my god, let me try that out. What does that look when I do that? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, let me research these. Woo! I've been like crazy. I've been like, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And for me, it's something that I haven't been this creative in over a decade. So it's been this kind of total rebirth thing. And what's so interesting too is so many, that's why I always tell you, I'm always really big on, if you're feeling something, if you're dreaming something, don't give up on it, you know, because you don't know when it's going to manifest. But if you're dreaming it and you're thinking of it, there's something really important about you expressing and sharing this. And like for me, like all these things that I was dreaming up like 14 years ago, 12, 10, 14 years ago, like now they're coming back to me as brand new thoughts. But and I'll be like, wait, I thought about that, even though when I think of it, I don't remember that I've already thought of it. But now it's like I'm at a position in my life where I can make these things happen. You know, back then I couldn't. You know, it wasn't ready to come out in the world now, but now it is, you know, so I'm like, oh my gosh, and that, and that, and that. It's like, I'm buzzing, you know. So there should be something like that inspiring you to all get out. But so now what's happening is, I'm hearing this from a lot of people. They're frustrated though because they can't really move forward on any of these things. And that's kind of the energy that's coming in now is going to help us start taking those first steps. So you were just in this space of seeing all these things you want to do, thinking, I mean, your journal book should be like page after page of numbers and this, and it's going to be this, and I'm going to do it like that, and position it like that, you know. So there should be lots of things like that. But like the actual, like, you know, getting it out there or whatever you're working on, the actual implementing the changes to do this new thing are just kind of coming in now. So we are still in this thought process stage of definitely channeling through stuff, you know, definitely getting it from other sources. Like, it, you know, it's like, it's so great to even see also because I'm doing it right now, but to see how inspiration comes in and then you're this completely different person living this completely different life. But like before, the inspiration wasn't there and you're just going along doing your things. But it's so interesting to see, like, when it does come, how then, the journal's getting filled up and you want to share this and you're going to do that and I need to talk to that person, I'm going to collaborate with that person, da-da-da-da, you know. So that's kind of what's going on. But with this full moon, you know, we're in that eclipse season, which I've already told you that article you need to go read. It's going to apply for months, so it's something you can also keep going back to and looking at. But that's going to tell you how the eclipse is affecting you and what it's kind of clearing out. There's a lot of things still always in our life falling away, clearing out, making space for this new growth that's occurring in our life. And that article on the eclipse tells you where that new growth is. But so with everything, it's in Taurus right now. So the full moon we have is with Taurus, and it's, you know, it's also going to be lined up perfectly with Neptune. And what this means is still we're in a full moon, so this means it's let go. This means it's still like it's not a rush forward, make things happen kind of energy. We're in that in our minds anyway, because so much new is being presented to us on the horizon. It's more just a thought that we can't actually go and do just yet. But it's kind of best right now to stay in the thought and to to nurture it in our minds and in our dreams. And that's where Neptune's coming into this full moon energies and is encouraging that very thing. So it's like, it's still writing down what you want to see happen, daydreaming about whatever you're creating or whatever, seeing it prosper and seeing it grow and seeing what this will do to affect change and seeing how this will affect people and seeing how this will change your life by doing it, because you're doing it, you know, because it's this whole coming back thing too. It's not like we just do something and that's it. And there's probably not anything you're supposed to be doing in life where it is you just do something and that's it. It's something that's always coming back in some form of another. You know, even like with what I do, like I love what I do so much. I think I'm like the luckiest person on earth. Like I say it every day, I can't believe I'm so lucky to be doing this. And that gets me to something too. One thing with this full moon is that, how do I want to put that? One thing that's happening is that we're shedding a lot of skins of how other people have seen us and judged us because of whatever we've ever done. And kind of you are doing the same thing with others, where we're seeing people for who they really are, instead of like the rumors we've heard about them, or that one wrong move they made when they were 14, you know, or whatever. We're more looking at these things that people have always looked at us this way because we did that and that spread as a rumor or whatever. Like, you know, something like with your parents, they always say, oh, you're this, oh, but you're all that, so you're never going to change. And, you know, so we're really kind of within ourselves finding these new ways of defining who we are. And oh no, my cat's a feral cat, and where I live you cannot let cats out where I live because they'll have like a week-long life. Just pushed the window open and jumped outside. But I don't want to stop recording because I'm so far. Ah, stinker. Okay. So we're going to hope there's no owls and hawks zooming by my house right now. That bad cat. I was like, what's all that racket up at the window? Oh yeah, that's what happens when you don't have screens though. I'm like, I love not having screens. But anyway, okay, so this is where, okay, so we're kind of seeing ourselves differently. We're more just like kind of wanting to redefine ourselves and say, yeah, like finding out who we really are instead of who we thought we were because of how other people saw us or defined us or labeled us. But it's a mutual thing where we're doing that with other people too. Like, you know, maybe just being more forgiving or more like open to, hey, this is a person who's just out to love and live and be happy and find joy in life. And, you know, it just kind of is adding to us having these kind of brand new eyes with looking out at people and giving them a chance, you know, and with ourselves too, like going within and really seeing where we have, where we aren't really honoring who we really are. And we're still holding on to something that somebody else said about us, or somebody else has always labeled us as this way. And it's kind of breaking through and going beyond those boundaries and being like, no, I'm this person. And if you don't want to believe in that, then that's cool. We probably won't have much to do with each other. But I would like to give you the opportunity to like see me, you know, through these kind of more compassionate eyes, as I would like to do the same with you, and to see that, you know, we're all just coming from struggles and, you know, things not working out and disappointments and, you know, and we're all trying to get to this kind of euphoric bliss of like loving what we do and loving who we're around and loving who we are. And so that's one of the things. Also, we're going to be creating more boundaries for ourselves. This is going to be a big thing where we're really learning to say, no, that's not acceptable. I won't allow that in my life. Yes, that is acceptable. I'll take more of that. You know, I even had it where I did this one day, I just, all this stuff happened, and I drew this big medicine wheel thing, and I wrote everything inside of it that I was going to allow in my life, and then everything on the outside were just things that I will take by appointment, you know, things that wreck you. Somebody dying, I'll take by appointment. I don't wholeheartedly just throw that at me. Other people's drama, I'm not going to take this on as my own, because every empath does that. So, you know, really kind of setting our boundaries like that. I'm even doing one where I've been so busy and I don't take breaks, and I work like crazy, and I realized I'm actually really stressed, and I didn't think of it as stress because I love what I'm doing. So I'm like, this isn't stress, but my cortisol levels are telling me my body is freaking out because I'm always racing for a deadline, racing for the post office, gotta work on this, gotta, I mean, I wake up and it's like boom, and then it goes all night, and I love doing it, so I didn't think it was stress, but I'm totally stressed. And so I'm going to be actually closing my shop for a week or so to, so if you want to order anything, order now or wait for a couple weeks. So I can catch up on everything I do have, but also I have all these new things I want to implement. I have so many new creations. I'm like, look what else I can do. Look what else I can share with you. So I'm really excited about that. But I've had to that was hard for me to do. Everyone's been saying it for a while now, for months. You need to close your shop. You need to recalibrate, regroup. You're working too much. And I'm like, no, I love it. And I'm this energy force that I can go and go and go and go and go and go and go. Like, I don't stop. So, I had to finally draw that boundary, and now I feel great about it. Now I'm like, oh, I do need to have more breaks and go sit out in the dirt and, you know, go lay in the hammock and go just stop working so much. So I'm creating that space right now. I'm setting that boundary. So you too will have things where you just have to draw a line and say, you know what, I have to do this for me. You know, I have to do this for me so I can be a better person for you. But it's like, they're not the easiest things for us to do. It's not the easiest thing for me to just be like, sorry, I'm going to cut off this source, you know, but I feel great about it now that I've stated it, because I got to recalibrate. I got to regroup. I got to get my energy back, dudes. I'm like, my gosh, and I love it. That's why it was confusing for me. But so we're setting boundaries right now so that we can be these healthier people, so that we can start really taking these steps forward in these new things we want to do. So that's what that's going to be all about. I think I'm going to stop because I need to go find my cat. Yeah, so cool. So what were some things? Yeah, Facebook too. You should get on with my Facebook, because then you'll get to hear about what energy is going on, because I try to talk about them as they're coming, because I like to share with you, because you know that the moment you hear it, you go, oh, okay, nothing's wrong. This is human. And as I feel them, and I tend to feel them a little before they happen too, so it gives you a little heads up. And then, yeah, so then I'll be getting your individual ones done shortly. Okay, so you have a beautiful full moon, and we'll talk more about how this is going to affect each one of you individually on the readings coming up. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.